From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Mike Yellow, check Mike 42. You must be drinking.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Mahomes going to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Saw man coverage on the perimeter, and that was a pretty good throw. And it's one of those ones that wasn't an easy catch, but it's one that he thinks that he should have come down with, although I'm sure the opposing cornerback would beg to differ.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And they're going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards. Mahomes now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. 36, 36.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Rodgers now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. On the move to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Intended for Blake Bell. Incomplete. Kevin King there defensively.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Yellow.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
That's trash.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Butker now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon. To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down. Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
At their own 13-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Get back. At the 25-yard line.
Check. 42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. Hey, pick your...
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
What we got? Slam.
Williams. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. On the toss, here's Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers flushed out right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 at the 19. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Forced out to his left. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. Past the 20. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We got this.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Yellow. Hey, 57, 57. Why?
66. Bully high.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there. That's caught inside the 20. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 4 yards out, and the Packers get a score closer.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Hey, orbit.
Rodgers again now. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Mahomes will try again on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mahomes on target there to Hill. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now McCoy. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 31, Rodgers looking deep for... And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
13 yards on the pickup, so the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This is McCoy. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
64, lead. Check 26, check 26.
Hey, 15.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Again, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Rodgers now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That time Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
Rodgers to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, exit.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 49 yards. Flushed out right. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
54 miles.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They run it again with Williams. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now Mahomes. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on, he's coming. We got something.
Attack!
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
3 down.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.